guys, it's Kara here, and fall is here, which is my favorite time of year. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not know this, but pumpkin is one of my favorite things to eat year-round actually, but I really enjoy it this time of year. So I'm about to make for you a recipe that I got actually from my sister. I'm not taking credit for this one. It's pumpkin whoopie pies. For anyone that doesn't like pumpkin, I just want to say, try this recipe anyways. You will be surprised and amazed at how amazing this recipe comes out. And even my husband wasn't a big pumpkin fan. I made these cookies. I thought he was gonna die. They were so good. So give this a try even if you don't like pumpkin. Let's get started because we have a few steps we need to take. First thing you're gonna wanna do is preheat your oven at 375. I have a cookie tray all ready to go with some parchment paper on it. I like using the parchment paper because it makes the cookies come off nice and easy. They don't stick. If you don't have that, just make sure you use some non-stick cooking spray. So we are going to use two separate bowls. We're going to mix some things separately and mix them together. I'm going to start with the sweetener, and what I'm going to do is use half a cup of Splenda and then a half a cup of my Splenda brown sugar blend. You have some options here depending on what you like for sweetener. If you like stevia, you could use a full cup of stevia. You could do just 1 full cup of brown sugar. Either way, it's pretty much going to taste good. So use what sweetener you like. But I do like this Splenda brown sugar blend, so that's why I'm doing half and half. The brown sugar, you got to kind of make sure it's all packed in there to get your full half cup. There we go. So that's in there. This one gets a little messy. I'm going to go ahead and mix these two together. And then what we're going to do is add in 2 large eggs. You're going to want to add 1 at a time and mix it and make sure you get it mixed well before you add the next one. I think to make the recipe come out right and really make it nice and whoopie-ish and make it nice and fluffy, it's key that you kind of follow the directions step by step for how to mix things and blend it together. Sometimes that can make all the difference in how your recipe turns out. Okay, egg number 2. And we'll mix that up. Have a separate bowl, and we're going to start mixing our other ingredients. Set that aside. Okay. First thing we're going to do is add in our pumpkin. You're going to want to make sure you buy 100% pure pumpkin. Be careful if you don't normally buy pumpkin that you don't buy pumpkin pie filling. You will definitely get quite a different product. So make sure that's what you're getting. So this recipe is for cookies, but it's very healthy for you. Pumpkin is so nutritious. It's great to add into any recipes. It's high in fiber, and it's loaded with vitamin A. So it's got a number of benefits for you. It's great to use in baking because it makes your products nice and moist. It gives it that nice moistness that a baking product would need without adding too much fat in it. So I've got 1 cup of my pumpkin measured out. Pure pumpkin. Okay, all good there. Next thing we're going to add, you are going to need baking powder and baking soda for this recipe. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of each. Did I say 1 tablespoon? I meant 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. Don't use 1 tablespoon. That would be way too much. 1 little teaspoon. Okay. 1 teaspoon of those. Put them off to the side so I know I've already used them. Pumpkin pie spice. Gotta have this on hand this time of year. 1 full tablespoon of your pumpkin pie spice. Let's close it up. Yum. Okay. Next thing we're going to add is 2 teaspoons, can't talk today, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And if you add a little bit more vanilla extract, it's not going to ruin your recipe. It'll still taste good. Can't go wrong with vanilla. We're going to add just a sprinkling of sea salt. That helps bring out all the flavors. Okay, and the last thing we're going to add to this mixture here is 2 cups of oat flour. This is the only way I've made this recipe, but I'm sure you could use whatever other flour you'd like, whole wheat flour, whatever other things you have on hand. If you don't have oat flour on hand, you could take whole oats and blend them up if you have a food processor. I just don't, so I tend to buy the oat flour. So we're going to add 2 cups of our oat flour. So now we've got everything in one bowl. We're going to go ahead and mix that all up together. All right, so I've got everything all blended up. We're going to go ahead and add that big blob of goodness into our wet mixture here. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and blend that up. Okay, so once you have everything blended together, you should have a nice thick batter. And what you're going to do is grab your cookie sheet. And what I like to do is use just a tablespoon. It keeps it consistent for the amount of cookies you're going to make. And I just take 1 tablespoon and drop it onto your cookie sheet. And you're just going to drop all of those on your cookie sheet. Should get you about 16 cookies, which will make 8 whoopie pies. And we are going to put this in the oven at 375 for about 10 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on it because it's going to vary depending on your oven. So while our cookies are baking in the oven, we're going to go ahead and get ready our filling for the whoopie pies, which is going to be a high protein frosting. So what I'm going to do is measure out 8 ounces of plain 0% Greek yogurt into a bowl. You can use whatever kind you want. I like using the plain, but you could use vanilla if you want. Just plop it in there. Okay. Very simple protein frosting. You guys can use this for anything. What I'm going to do is add 1 full scoop of my MTS Whey, the Caramel Sutra. If you guys haven't tried this, check it out at tigerfitness.com. I've got the link provided for you guys. And you can use my discount code, don't forget, enter my name, Kara, for 5% off. So 1 full scoop of that. You guys could use vanilla as well for this recipe. And then what I'm going to add to it as well is some cinnamon. Because cinnamon just goes awesome with pumpkin. All right. Simple as that, and you stir it all up. Smells like fall time. I love using the MTS Whey because it's better than any other protein, especially when you're making a protein frosting. It makes it nice and thick and fluffy. Whereas other proteins I've used do not give that same effect. There you go. So that's that easy. We've got our protein frosting all ready to go. Okay guys, so I had my pumpkin cookies baked in the oven for about 12 minutes. And what I did, if you have a cooling rack, you'll want to let your cookies continue to cool before you frost them. So I left those out to cool, got my frosting set, and we're all good to go. So I actually made 20 cookies with mine. You can play around with this recipe how you want it. If you want to put bigger balls on the... If you want to make bigger cookies, you can drop them on your cooking sheet that way. They end up very thick. You can tell they're nice and dense. They're awesome just to eat just like this, but they make really great whoopie pies. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do it. Very easy. Just take your protein frosting, slap as much on there as you want. You don't really need a lot. Smush it together. eat up. And that's all you do, really. Set it down, do a couple. They're a little messy to eat, but they are so good, so delicious. I don't know if you can tell how big that is for size. The macros are awesome on this recipe, and they're so delicious. You will not need to go out and indulge in any other pumpkin sweets this time of year. These cookies are going to be all you need. That's pretty much it, guys. They're very simple and easy. I hope you give this video a try, even if you don't like pumpkin. Please like it and share it with others, and keep checking back. Hey guys, it's Kara here, and I am here to do another episode of Dietitian Talk. I am a huge nutrition dork, since that's what I went to school for, and I'm here today to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, which is fiber. So I will start this video by saying, please don't forget to share this with others that you think